Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. We're doing a 2016 Fantasy Outlook three-part video series, and on the way to the 2016 season and a big fantasy year. We have the OC Lions Fan TV up and running the league. We were expecting about 20. We're currently at 35, so thank you everybody for that. If anybody else would like to join, please let us know. We just need to get you the league code. With that said, this video is previewing forwards, and Derek, the floor is yours on 2016 Fantasy Forwards.
So as far as the league goes, it's the OC Lions Fan TV League. You could direct message me at Raise1299 or Sam at OC Lions Fan TV to get the code. We both have it. Like you said, we're at about 31 people this year. And now let's get on to the forwards. The new rule changes. The biggest thing that's going to affect the forwards this year is the shot bonus. It's 4 shots for an extra bonus point. And top 5 last year, I believe, were Giovinco, Kai Kamara, Bradley Wright Phillips, David Villa, and Dom Dwyer, if I'm not mistaken. I got at least 4 of them right. So, and there's also fouls committed, which Dom Dwyer was also pretty high up on. We'll get to him in a minute. But yeah, onto the forwards. The most expensive forwards, just like last year, are at 11.5. And there's only 3 of them, Drogba, Keane, and Giovinco. Out of the 3, you must have Giovinco. His ownership percentage is at 68% or something like that. You can't afford not to have him, especially off the season he had last year. It was 22 goals and 16 assists. I'm not concerned about him starting with 8 straight road games or however many it is. I don't care. You need to have him on your team, especially week 2 against New York City FC, where he had about 23 points last year. It's just ridiculous the amount of points he can put up in a game. Out of those 3, you must have Jovinko, and then you have Keane and Drogba. I'd rather have Robbie Keane. He had 20 goals and 24 MLS appearances last year. His first game was against us, I believe, at 4-0. Other than that, he was on fire. He had like 2 hat tricks. He's just ridiculous. And with the talent LA has, he's playing in front of them. He's going to get the good service, and he's going to score goals. It's Robbie Keane. It's no doubter. If you could afford him, you should want him. Just be aware of his age. He may not play both games, like a double game week type of stuff. But really, it's LA Galaxy attack. It's not worried. If it's a double game week, you can just flip him for Gio Dos Santos, and Gio Dos Santos will probably play both games in the double game week. No worries there. As far as Drogba goes, his opening 5 games are just stupid hard. I'm not even touching any impact player before that. Before like week 6, I think it was, when their schedule lightens up. Thing about Drogba is he's rather old and he plays on turf. That's not a good thing. But if he's a competitive guy, he's gonna want to play. So as long as he's playing, he should be on your roster. He's gonna score a lot of goals this year. He had, what was it, like 12 goals, 12 games last year. Opens up his first game in like a hat trick. The only thing with him is I'm not sure whether he's going to take PKs or not with Ignacio Piatti there. Drogba should. Piatti probably will. That I'm not sure about. There's about 3 or 4 people in Montreal that can take PKs and free kicks. I just don't know. That's something we're gonna see in the first few weeks of the year. As far as Giovinco and Keane go, they're both going to take penalty kicks, and Giovinco will take free kicks. Keane will not. Then moving on to the $11 forwards, there's Kai Kamara, Gio Dos Santos, David Villa, Bradley Wright Phillips, and Clint Dempsey. This is a good group of forwards you got there. The one that's going to tempt me the most is Clint Dempsey, especially with Obafemi Martin's gone to China. Dempsey's going to get a lot more shots, a lot more goals, and he's playing with Jordan Morris, so a lot more assists. We'll get the Jordan Morris later. He's not in this price range. Kai Kamara, as much as I hate him, he's a great fantasy option. He's going to get a lot of shots, a lot of headed goals. He's a physical specimen of MLS. Not many center backs can compete with them, unless you're Portland, of course. Pretty much the only people who could compete with Kai Kamara last year. Shut him down. He's going to get a lot of shot bonuses. Like I said, four shots is a bonus point. So that's hopefully going to help the forward scoring. Instead of having either 2 or 7 every game, you're going to see a lot more like 3 and 4s and stuff like that. Gio dos Santos, like I said with Robbie Keane, he's playing in front of that just phenomenal LA midfield. I'm not sure how they're allowed to put this team together. Kind of stuff. Fucking Garber rules. All that weird stuff that allows them to make this team that could play in Europe for all I care. Thing with Dos Santos is he's going to take free kicks and corner kicks. So that's a lot of extra opportunities for assists and goals and stuff you want out of your players. That's something you need to look forward to, is who's taking free kicks and who's taking penalty kicks. David Villa, he had 17 goals in the aging pinball machine of New York City last year, really. He was the only bright spot on that team, and they should be a lot better this year. So I'm hoping for another 17, 18 goals from David Villa, and even with the shot bonuses, he's going to be a number 1 forward. I actually own David Villa because New York City's opening schedule is soft, really soft. They start away at Chicago, who is terrible, and then they play Toronto at home, which last time they played at home, it was 4-4. Giovinco and David Villa combined for like 38 points that game, fantasy-wise. Freaking ridiculous. Bradley Wright Phillips, a lot of shots, plays in front of the New York Red Bulls midfielder. Fantastic. I think they had the most goals in the league last year, like 63. So, Bradley Wright Phillips, for as many goals as he's going to miss, he's going to make a lot more. He had 17 or 18 last year. Thing is with him, I'm not sure he's going to take PKs. Last year he was actually taken off PKs after missing 2 in a game at Vancouver. So just see who takes that first New York Red Bulls penalty. If it's Sasha Kljestan, great, because I own him too. If it's Bradley Wright Phillips, good for him. I'll probably go get him later. And I already mentioned Clint Dempsey. 10.5, there's only one player, Chris Wondolowski. Move on. You're probably not owning him unless you're a San Jose fan. $10, Fabian Spindola. Move on. One of my sleeper picks, I'm not sure you can call a $10 player a sleeper. Fernando Adi had 17 goals last year for Portland. Portland has a good midfield. Hopefully Valeri will be healthy. Milano's had time to adjust to the league. You got Darlington Nagbe. Portland is a good team. Obviously, they won the MLS Cup. So they're going to have a good midfield. I'm hoping for a really, really good season for Fernando Adi because I really want to own him. Because he's a differential. Let's look up that ownership percentage. 6%. 6%. Thing with him is he's very streaky. He's either going to score 0 or he's going to score 2. Don't know how that works out, but that's Fernando Adi for you. And then you got Dom Dwyer, who, just like Bradley Wright Phillips, he struggled with PKs last year. Got taken off, replaced with Benny Foulhaber. But he is going to get a lot of shot bonuses and a lot of foul bonuses. He was top 5 in both of those. So just see if he takes PKs, because if he does, that's going to shoot his value up, especially at his $10 price tag. 9.5, I'm not really sure what to think here. Eric Torres, Cuba Torres, he should start. I hope he does because he's really good. And, Houston's a lot better than any team he's played on. But if he starts, he's going to make 9.5 look like a freaking bargain. That's an absolute steal. He had, what was it, like 18 goals playing for that shitty Chivas team a couple years ago. Pretty much did that all by himself. Houston's a lot better. They picked up Chaco Maidana from Philadelphia. They got Giles Barnes, Will Bruin as a strike partner. Don't think they'll be a playoff team, but Cuba Torres should have a good year. I'm hoping for at least 15 goals from him. That would definitely pay off his 9.5 value. Just think about it, that's about where Kai Kamara ended up last year. about 9.5, 9.9, that area. Zardes and Alex Door move on. $9. Here's where you get to. Oh, there's a lot. Let's just go. Shit, I don't know how to say the guy's name. The new guy from RSL that played for Spartak Moscow. His name starts with M. Movsesian. I don't know.
Mavosian?
Yeah, I don't know how the hell to say his name, but
Me neither.
I don't speak Russian. Damn. But all the RSL fans I've been talking to said he's a good player. He's actually played for them before, and he is a good player. Uh, they desperately needed a good goal scorer because Plata and Devin Sandoval were not cutting it. So I'm hoping for the best for the however the hell you say his name is.
Mavosian. What about Laren there at 9? You want to talk about him or Verone right above him, the New
Yes,
York
yeah.
DP who they brought in last year in the window?
Thing about Laren is his ownership percentage is, let's check that out, 26% right now.
All in our league.
Yeah. Uh, you could have Kyle Laren, but just know for that $9 is an extra 26% that's owning him. So he's widely owned, and if he has a good game, you're not really separating yourself. I mean, I'd like to own him because it'd be a good budget option to you know upgrade other parts of my roster. But at 26%, damn. I'm fine with my three strikers all under 20, who are quite honestly better fantasy wise. So Gonzalo Verone, mid-season DP for the Red Bulls. I'm really hoping he starts. It furiously pissed me off that he kept coming on in the 60th minute from Mike Grella last year. It's like, I want to see this guy play. He's your DP. Can't he start for you? So New York was weird like that last year. They'd take Mike Sam and Lloyd Sam, Mike Grella off at the same time and put in Sean Wright Phillips and Gonzalo Verone. So I'm hoping Verone starts this year. From what I've been hearing from the Red Bulls, is he's going to be a good player this year for him. Hopefully, because if he starts to score and gets good assists at $9 price tag for a DP, it's tempting. It really is, especially in that New York offensive juggernaut. Like I mentioned, 63 goals last year. The Colorado has a new DP. Shocking, I know. Colorado actually spent money on a player. Gashi he has a good goal scoring record in Europe. He played for FC Basel in Switzerland. Thing is, I'm just not sure I could trust a Colorado attacker. Pablo Mascheroni is the master of screwing up attacking players, just like a Dylan Powers. Good player, terrible coach. Let's just see how that goes for Gashi. And Gilberto, that's an interesting option in Chicago. They're going to have to attack because their team is freaking terrible. They got Acom, Igbananike, and Gilberto. I think Gilberto is going to take PKs. Let's just see how that works out for Chicago this year. Let's keep looking at that. We may just go one price tag more. It's not a lot after 8.5, really. Because if you're going below 8.5 for a striker, you're probably an idiot.
Maybe you could just pick one at 8 and one at 7.5 after the 8.5. We don't got to go through all of them.
That's like I don't see anyone from 7.5. At 8.5, here's my real sleeper is Maxi Urruti with Dallas. He basically got shoved on the bench with Portland, was just okay, but with Dallas he's playing with Mauro Diaz, Fabian Castillo, and quite honestly a lot better players. From what I've heard, he's made a good connection with Mauro Diaz, which can only be good for him because Mauro Diaz is a freaking beast. So I'm hoping for at least 10, 12 goals from Maxi Urruti this year. That would make him a good sleeper at 8.5, especially in the Dallas offense. And their opening schedule is cupcake sauce. So if you want to take a risk on Maxi Urruti, do it now. Do it now while he's cheap, before everyone starts to own him, because this is the time to go for it. Other than that, 8.5 is not much. I mean, Jordan Morris. I've already mentioned him with Clint Dempsey. Hoping for like a Kyle Laren type year for him, because he'll make 8.5 seem easy. Other than that, I mean, really the only starting striker under this is CJ Sapong at $8. There's no one under this I would own.
And Philly's bad too.
Yeah, I mean, someone's got to score for him, and if someone's going to score, it's going to be Latu or Sapong. Other than that, their team is awful. Uh, Vancouver's new player, Kudo, I don't even know if he's going to start, really. Yeah, there's no one under that.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you for forwards.
Jack Max at 7.
I don't know if he'll start, though. That's the thing. If he does, good. He's a good goal scorer. If Portland plays 2 strikers, that's even better, but I don't think they will.
All right. Well, that's all you got for strikers?
Yeah, key point of the matter here for strikers is you got to spend, and if you're going to take a risk, it's going to be like an 8.5 to 9.5 price player, really, and hopefully your player makes that price tag seem rather small. That's what I'm hoping for like a Jordan Morris type of player. Yeah, but you've got to spend on your forwards. This is not a position you can go cheap on and actually think you're doing well in MLS Fantasy.
All right, so that is the end of part 1 forwards. We will be back tomorrow with part 2 midfield, and then the following day we will do defenders and goalkeepers for you guys. So thank you for the watch. If you want to participate in the league, please DM myself or Derek. We both have the league code. And that's all. See you guys later.